Brats.
The day we get married is the day I ship those brats off to Switzerland.
Hi, Brat.
Hi, Brat.
I'm
Keerthi.
Isha.
And welcome.
And you're listening. Yes, welcome to the Huge Brats
to
podcast.
the Huge Brats podcast. Episode 3.
Indeed. Third time's the charm. Keerthi, how are you? You look great. You're glowing. How was your week?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am probably glowing because this week I got my ears cleaned, which was transformative. And what I recommend it to all the listeners to get your ears cleaned. I really think getting your ears cleaned is the equivalent of like having a spa day if you do it correctly. And earwax is bratty, right? But the expulsion of it, just gorgeous, like angels singing, the clouds parting. So what I do, I have so I get my ears cleaned like every 6 months or so, right? It's a ritual to me. And also, I'm revealing this on the pod. I have very waxy ears, okay? It's just a thing. It runs in the family. My father also has very waxy ears. And so I get buildup, okay? I get buildup. It affects my hearing. It's quite an ordeal, actually. And so every 6 months, I get my ears cleaned, but I make it an event. I make it a moment.
Okay.
Because you might as well. So I give myself a little treat. I also wear loose clothing because, again, it's spa day. So I suggest a sort of Nancy Meyers coastal grandma, as it were, moment. I'm going like this because your clothes are loose. For those listening, I'm sort of hanging my arms out. Yes. So I believe I wore a white linen button down and then brown linen shorts, full linen. And then it's summer. And I want to be easy breezy as I go to the USC Keck Center of Medicine in Pasadena, okay? I'm letting it all out there. And then this is step 1, get yourself a little treat. This could be food, this could be drink. I personally went with an iced matcha with almond milk unsweetened, for those who are wondering. And I got a medium. Okay? Sue me, lock me up. Very expensive, but we did it because it's spa day, it's ear day. So I get my iced matcha, I'm wearing loose clothing, and then I'm feeling great. I put makeup on, I dressed up because it's an event. And then when you go to the waiting room, you're obviously waiting, right? That's why you have your little treat. As you are waiting, you sign in, do everything you have to do. And then as you are sitting at the USC Keck Center of Medicine, put on relaxing spa music. For me personally, it's Tibetan bowls, okay? There's a myriad of Tibetan bowl playlists on Spotify. I'm happy to send recs to the listeners. Pick your favorite Tibetan bowl, put it over your ears. Okay, not inside your ears, because remember, you're getting your ears cleaned. So don't push that wax further in there. So you'll need over the ear headphones for this moment. And then drink your little drink or eat your little snack while you are listening to Tibetan bowls, and just imagine the sound clarity that is going to be in your future just in a few mere minutes. And just let your body relax, be in the moment. And then when they call you in, and here's what you have to say, even if they're like, oh, I don't really see a lot in there. No, bullshit. Say, oh, but it's not really feeling great. Like, I don't know. Can we just like figure her out real quick? And then your nurse pushes that water syringe into your ear, and it's like a wave pool inside your brain. It's gnarly. It's crazy. It's insane. And then the release of the wax from your ears, Isha. It is like you are sonically reborn, unlike anything I've ever experienced, except when I experienced it since 6 months earlier for my other ear cleaning. The world is in Technicolor, or whatever the sound equivalent of that is, Technisound. It's
Sounds
gorgeous.
Right.
You leave brand new. you're skipping and jumping, and then you can put in your in-ear headphones. Oh, I just love getting my ears cleaned. It's a top 10 emotion, if not top 5, and everyone go do it. And the best part is, through insurance, free. It's free. This is a free. What in this life is free, Isha? Famously nothing.
Nothing.
Okay?
Famously nothing.
What I need you to do is schedule this through your PCP now. Now, call them up, get on ZocDoc or an app, whatever you may have. Schedule your free ear cleaning and have yourself a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon. That was my week.
I mean, that's clearly the most important, best part of your week. I would say month, year. I mean, the fact that you
year.
Okay, there's so much. The fact that you do it twice a year, brilliant.
Tradition.
Brilliant. I mean, I'm a disgusting scoundrel, and I have only had it done the waterway like 10 years ago. And I literally remember I fantasize about it, and it's on the docket, because the feeling of like slightly warm water coursing through there, just noodling around, and then getting that out, and then you hear too much. You hear too much.
That can be the issue, is that you hear too
Yes.
much.
But
famously in this
the
day and
memory-
age, yes. The memory, and here's
of
the
feeling
thing.
of it.
So I do something sort of gross, and this is bratty because it's super gross, but I do like to look at the wax in the bucket once it is released. They'll be like, oh, wow. And I will be like,
Yes.
can I see it? And they'll be like, wait, what? I imagine they don't get this request a lot. But I like to know, Isha. It is so
Yeah.
satisfying for me to look into that bowl and be like, oh my God,
Yes.
that was inside
Yes.
me. My
Yeah,
ear
I
holes can
produced that.
contain all that. Exactly. Like, it's gross, but it also makes me feel kind of like an ogre, like a little Shrek vibes, but in a good way.
I was
powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
Extremely.
I feel like a powerful ogre.
I was gonna say yes, and you know what? We are powerful ogres. I would say I'm more ogre
Yes.
than princess, definitely,
100%.
and proud of it. But I would say, like, that scene in Shrek was one of my favorite. Like, it was one of the best parts of the movie for me, when he just yanks it out clean,
I
and
should
soon it's
be
ready
so
for Pottery
lucky.
Barn. Exactly. It's like when you
I
see
would
how much
love
is
that.
out.
Exactly.
When you see how much is out, it's like, I'm rid of it. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to make some more. And
like, exactly. This is behind me.
yeah. That's the highlight of my week. I mean, I guess my week was interesting. I watched.
Yeah, talk to me.
The Roger. I mean, do you play tennis?
Yes,
or
ma'am.
are you interested in tennis?
I
Yes,
played rather competitively for the first like 18 years of my life. And then it just I fell off,
Yeah.
but have always followed. And I'm a huge Federer girl. Goat.
Same, of course. I mean, I would say that, like, Rafa is the one who, I mean, he's just so sweet. He has my heart. I would say that Djokovic,
Sure.
I do think, will be
Joker.
who we ultimately regard as the greatest of all time, but that's because he's still, in it. I think he's still in it.
He's still kicking.
Yeah, but I think that Roger is like that like first lint truffle that you have, when you're like a little kid and you're like, oh, this isn't any candy. This is like it's the thing you're excited for your grandparents to give you.
Right.
I mean?
It's like a fancier candy.
Yeah,
it's like graduating. It's not a Snickers
Yes.
bar. Fuck that.
Absolutely not. But he's like a certified good boy. He's always been that like solid, reliable person. And
For sure.
I watched his Amazon documentary with my dad. And I have never seen my father cry in my life. Never.
He cried?
We were watching and I just hear sniffles. And man was crying. Man was crying. Like, I've seen him experience like pretty much every spectrum of emotion in life, and I have never seen him shed a tear. But Roger
Oh.
Federer retires, and footage of it is shown 2 years later. And that's what gets him.
And that's what get wait, so that was what made him cry, him being like, I'm going to retire. I haven't seen the
No, the
documentary.
documentary. Yeah. So the documentary, like at the end, so he plays a doubles match at the Labour Cup, and
Sure.
he plays with Rafa, and
Wow.
yeah, and then at the
That is
end,
beautiful.
at the end it was like him and Rafa crying, and him, Rafa, and my dad crying. And it was
Okay,
just a nice thing.
yeah, if they were crying, I think I might also cry. That is quite
I
beautiful.
mean, yeah. No, I was crying, but like I expect me to cry. I
Right.
didn't think that this was what would push Baba. You know what I mean?
Oh, Baba's crying.
Baba.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he also a tennis
No.
person?
Yeah, yes. We all are big
We
tennis
all
fans
are.
for sure. And
Yes.
yes. Um and again, that's why I think we loved Challengers so much. Even though I mean it's obviously not a strictly tennis movie, but it's like it was just like the sexiest version of anything tennis related that I've ever seen.
I mean, tennis is back. Like, can we talk about that
Yes.
for a second? Like, tennis is back.
Yes.
It's all I see on my feed. People are learning how to play tennis. They're renting out
Mhm.
courts, doing whatever. And finally, people have realized because they're like, oh, I can look super cute playing this sport. I think that has
Yeah.
really activated a lot of people. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to the party. Like, it took you
Mhm.
this long to figure that out. You wear like cute little pleated skirts and like fun little outfits. Like, uh, it's
Yeah.
always been there, guys. It's always been there. It
You've
personally
got your
upsets
eyes
me
on. You've got your
because
Lacoste.
yes, like fancy French brands, okay?
Yeah.
Like not
But
even
now
American.
Uniqlo's in the game. I love it.
And here's the thing, I don't know if this was like this for you, but when I was growing up playing tennis,
Mhm.
it was not chic. It was not chic to play tennis. You were a nerd if you were, I mean, lots of Asian people play tennis,
Really?
right? Oh,
Yeah.
not in New Jersey? Well, for sure in Ohio, it was like if you were Asian, you played tennis,
Really?
which is why we played tennis.
No.
So
Asians definitely played a lot of tennis in New Jersey, but it wasn't necessarily nerdy. It was just not a contact sport.
no, it was okay. So what was the popular girl sport for you?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm about to name all of the sports. Like
Well, for us, it
the
was
cool,
lacrosse and field hockey.
okay, yes, the cool girls all played lacrosse, field hockey, and soccer, um, and basketball. And volleyball. That's
Interesting,
all of them. That's all of them. But yeah, soccer
but
and field
not
hockey and
tennis.
lacrosse. You're so right. Okay, yes, tennis, but it wasn't like the thing everyone went to watch.
Oh, no one came to watch tennis.
Yeah.
No
No.
one. So now I can't help but feel a little miffed because I'm like, where was all of this 15 years ago? I
Yeah.
could have used that. But now
Especially
here, but
because
now
you went to private school and everything. People would probably love tennis and golf, no?
it's a very wealthy sport traditionally. There's a
Yeah.
barrier of entry there. You got to buy that racket, you got to rent those courts. So yes, you would
Yeah.
think my rich private school um I was about to say coworkers, but that's essentially what they were. Peers,
Yeah. They
coworkers,
were.
whatever. They were my coworkers. That is how I thought of them
Except
even
you
at
were
the
paying to
time.
be there.
Yes, yeah. Which is like most internships, I guess. But anyway, so you would think that these kids would be eating up this very wealthy sport. Maybe I think for boys it was better, but things are always better for boys. But girls,
Mm.
it was just like me and all my nerd friends. I mean, nerd complimentary.
Really?
We were obviously, extremely smart
Yeah.
and gifted and wonderful, but it was just us. Like all of
Yeah.
my friends were on the tennis team.
That's
And we were not
wild. Okay,
very popular. Admitting that on the
I
pod. I wasn't popular.
I mean, I feel like 99% of TV writers were not popular
It's
in
character building to
the
be.
first 18 years of their life.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be. And genuinely, I don't think you're supposed to be.
No. Actually, like I think it's to everyone's benefit to not be. But anyway, yeah, that's really interesting. I guess I just haven't thought about it. I also grew up in New Jersey. So the US Open growing up was very accessible because you could get like
Yes.
mm-hmm,
You could just go.
it's
Totally.
yeah, it's like
Totally.
a not very long drive over to Queens, and then you
Mhm.
get like a nosebleed round of 16
Sure.
situation,
Yeah.
and you get to see like so many matches in one day. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I got to go to so many quarter semis and finals, and I don't think I realized how much of a blessing that was. And it was like at the time when all three of them were just roundhouse kicking through
Right.
those semis. Yeah, it was just insane. But
And now it's like a chic
anyway,
thing to go to those, whereas it was
yeah.
not previously.
I mean, it might have. Okay, I don't know.
Or
I
maybe
don't think
it
the
might have
U.S.
been. I don't know.
Open.
Maybe it's
I don't think the U.S. Open was like a chic because it was always
no.
women at the French Open were like really where it's at. But now everything is so wildly expensive anyway.
Right.
Um,
That if you're
but
going,
the
it is like
U.S. Open.
status automatically. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean it's an effort for sure. It is definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, we weren't getting like box seats, but that would be like my dream. Like if I could sit where Tashi Duncan was shown
Yes.
sitting in
Yes.
challengers, I'd be very happy.
You're no picnic. All right, you're a spoiled little brat even. But under that, you're the most amazingly astounding, wonderful girl ever known.
We've got really a future segment for the listeners is brattiest locations. Because Vegas
Yeah,
really got me thinking.
I think
Oof.
so. I would say Vegas, Great Wolf Lodge, like those are two of the brattiest places to exist.
You know me and Great Wolf Lodge. I mean, I love indoor water parks. They don't make sense. You should be outside. That's the point. But what if,
Yes.
as was the case with me, you live in a location that is primarily winter? That's its big season that you're in for most of the time. Then what are you supposed to do? What you do is you drive to Toledo and you go to Great Wolf Lodge and you have a kick-ass time.
And you get your eyes burned for the entire 2 days that you're there because of the amount of chlorine.
Chlorine.
Yes.
Chlorine.
I went to the Poconos Great Wolf Lodge with
Hell
my
yeah.
Girl Scout troop. And
oh my
we did
god. That was an
somehow,
incredible sentence.
yes. And let me tell you, there were so many monumental things. First of all, I, again, went with my Girl Scout troop and I was not allowed to shave my legs, but I had just started to get hairy legs. So I
Oof.
sobbed as we were waiting for my like classmate's mom to come pick us up because we were going to carpool. And I made my mom, I can't believe I'm saying this right now. My mom shaved my legs for me to the knee.
Yes. Yes.
Because there was no time to do the rest. Because
there was no time. There was no time.
I mean,
wait,
she was
how old were
simply working
you?
with thickets. I must have been in like the 4th or 5th grade. I want to say 5th grade, okay? Because like
that was
it
when
was
I first
young
shaved my
enough.
legs. 5th grade.
Yeah, it was young enough that she wasn't like, thrilled about it, but I was so distraught that she was like, all right, fine.
That
so
is
that was
such
pretty monumental.
a core moment. Yeah. I mean, the first shaving of the legs and then for it to be combined with the Girl Scout trip. I mean, I remember I shaved my legs for the first time because a girl made fun of me in class and was like, "Your legs are so
Of
hairy."
course.
And and of course. And then I came home. I didn't ask permission. I was like, I know where the razors are. I feel like I could probably figure this out. Was there blood everywhere? Of course. Of course. But Isha, I was so proud of myself at the end. I was like, look at that, Catherine.
Yeah, I mean,
What are you going to
speaking
say
of
about this tomorrow?
hacks, your leg was probably
Oh, just
just,
cut the fuck up. Band-aids galore. I looked
yeah.
insane, but I was like, but I'm hairless and insane. And
Did you
in that day
know
and
to
age,
use water, or did you do it dry? Did you do a dry
no,
shave?
I did not do dry. I did not do dry. At least had that much sense.
Smart girl.
But yes, it was just no. What did I use? It was like a water. I used soap. Like I was like I even knew I needed like some sort of cream
You're
base,
brilliant.
to
Gifted
really
and
to get
talented,
things going.
everyone.
But not gifted and talented enough to like angle the razor correctly. So
Mm,
thus I think I eventually figured out on leg 2, but leg 1 was not cute, not
not
cute.
it. Not
But then I
it.
thought my parents would be mad at me, and then they were just like, you should have said something. They were very understanding, which surprised me
Yeah.
because similarly they did not allow it I think they were like, "Oh no, this is like you becoming a woman, and I don't like
Yeah.
that." You know
Yeah.
what I
It
mean?
wasn't that I wasn't allowed. It was like something that I wasn't necessarily conscious of. I think I really was
Mm,
like, I see this like hair, but I don't know if anyone else does. Again, I was also so
ew.
cool. As I was so cool in school, clearly. Yeah. And I think
'Cause I was like,
something
I didn't
about
realize other people cared.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then
I was
I was told quite clearly.
they let us know. They
They
let
let
us
us
know,
know.
okay?
They let us know. They were like, "Yeah, you're ugly and I hate you." And I was like,
Yeah,
"All right,
yeah.
note taken."
Noted, noted.
Noted.
No nuance there, and I don't need it. But yeah, with my mom shaving my legs, it was like one thing I love about it. It was kind of like my first experience as Jack Bauer. There was a real race against the clock as
Yeah, the 24
Mrs.
clock is
Redacted's
beeping.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like as this Honda Odyssey is just peeling down the road and stopping
Imminent
in front of our
Honda
home. Yes,
Odyssey.
yes, exactly. Unbelievable. So like yeah, the leg shaving coupled with the fact that I just had bloodshot eyes for the next 2 days from all of the chlorine, like could not open my eyes
Oh
for
my
chunks of time.
God.
I remember going down a slide with my eyes closed because I simply couldn't open them. And one of my friends being like, "You have one more step to take before you go." Like, I couldn't
That's
see
so
anything.
funny.
And
Oh
then
my
I'm like, why
God.
did they let me? Like, I was a child who basically could not open her eyes in a water park. Why was this
That's the
allowed?
wildest thing about Great Wolf Lodge is like you're doing things that you should not be, not age
No,
appropriate,
no.
extremely dangerous, and yet they're expanding every day.
And
I'm
I didn't
amazed.
know.
Oh,
I had
they're
no
only
idea that it
growing.
was also in Ohio because I
Oh
obviously
yeah.
had only been to the one in Pennsylvania, but
I think it's a very
it's
Midwest East Coast thing. Because like
maybe
you
it's
don't
like
need
how
it in the West Coast because it's always nice.
yeah, that's so true. But there is something very steamy. There's something very YMCA cool about the entire space.
Yes.
Um,
And I think that's the
yes,
appeal. Mm,
yes,
no.
yes, definitely. Speaking of what may or may not be unfortunate, I too have a question for you, and that
Lay it
is
on me.
our voice notes bratty.
So, voice notes have recently come into my life as a form of communication between, me and the
Mm.
girlies. And I have to say, I don't think I'm a fan. Because here's the thing. We're texting. If I can see words, the information comes to me immediately, you know? Like
Yeah.
I'm downloaded right away. But then I see you've sent me like a 4-minute voice note. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, instead of immediately knowing what you have to tell me, and so I can respond to it in a timely fashion, I, maybe I'm out in public. I can't listen to your voice note right away. And then you've, sorry to say it, burdened me with 4 minutes of exposition on whatever the fuck is happening. I know some people are like, oh, I listen to it like a podcast. That's not what this platform is for. Just text it to me and I can immediately download, begin to formulate my response. I can be thoughtful about it. You give me a voice note, it's like you've just taken up my whole day. Okay, you've monopolized my time. And this is where I admit, I love my friends, but just say it quickly. Just say it quickly. I guess I could deal with maybe a 2-minute voice note, 3 tops. But once we go above, call me.
Yeah.
Call me if you
Yeah.
need to tell
At
me
that point,
that
it's
much.
a phone call. Yeah.
It's a phone call.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes.
But here's the other thing, Isha. I love sending voice notes. So I hate what it has done to me, but I will do it to you and I will not think twice about it. I'll be like, oh my God, just chitter, we have a podcast. I love to chitter chatter. So I will send you a voice note about some bullshit that has happened to me that I can only express through words. But do I
From your
want you
mouth.
from my mouth, of course. But do I want that returned back to me? Will I return the favor of listening to your rant? Unfortunately not. I simply can't do it. And I won't.
And you heard it here first. If you are a friend to Miss
If you are a
Keerthi,
friend of me, Keerthi, know that I will not listen to your voice note. I'll get to it way later in the day and I won't be enjoying myself. Okay?
Yeah, months later by accident.
I would months, years even. But I will burden you with one happily without thinking twice.
There's something.
But to answer the question of is it bratty, I think yes, because it's a burden. To me, it's a burden. And but also like the act of like it is like a personal podcast, and I think that's kind of bratty, complimentary. I think
yeah,
the exposition, it's fun. You're a storyteller in a voice note,
Yes.
And
yes.
As a writer, I love to tell a story. But do I want to hear your story? Maybe not. So that's where I land on it, Isha.
And this checks out. It is something about speaking into the void and then not having to hear anything back. That's why it's actually not a phone call. But I will say, I raise you this. There is a difference between a WhatsApp voice note and an iMessage voice note, for sure.
Okay, I'm not familiar with a WhatsApp voice note. Talk to me.
I feel like WhatsApp voice notes seem to be used a lot more liberally, and I think there is a certain weight that comes with sending a voice note on iMessage. I will say though, when it comes to an iMessage voice note, that transcription is right there. And yeah, I've just started
the transcription
reading those.
is often off though. It's often wrong.
So true. That's so true.
Yes,
like, what did I send you? I sent you a voice note like last week.
Yours was funny. But again,
what
that was you sang a song.
I did. Oh yes,
you did.
Yes. And there's no way that transcription was correct. You had to listen.
But I enjoyed that. Again, it was sub 2 minutes. It was probably like a cute 90 seconds. That's great. That's fine. Send me a sub 2 minute and I'll listen to that right then and there. But when I see that the timestamp is just you're going on for eons, aka above 2 minutes, I simply can't do it. No, that voice note I appreciated. It was cute
because it was
fun. It made me laugh.
I think I'm not really one to send voice notes.
You are not, so it was surprising. So I was like, oh, Isha sent me a voice note. Like how refreshing, brand new. Okay, let's see what this is. And then the contents of it were even more unexpected. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do a voice note. Surprise me.
Yeah.
Sing a
Element
song.
of surprise. Truly,
Wait, actually, now that I think
no
about
idea
it,
what song this is.
like if you sing, if it's a song, if you're singing, I enjoy it. This is also a shout
Okay,
out to
no,
another listener,
depends.
Torrance Brown. Torrance, if you're out there, I love your voice notes that are singing. But yes, what do you have to say?
Okay, if it's like funny singing, that's fine. If it's
Yes.
like heartfelt and
Oh, of
like
course
extremely
not
long,
heartfelt.
I'm immediately uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry. Oof. That I thought it was obvious, but you're so right.
Yeah, it's
Never
not.
genuinely sing anything. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't ever want to hear someone genuinely singing something. That's
No.
disgusting. Keep that to yourself. That is, oh God. I mean,
That's what the shower is for.
yeah, like that's for your private time. All right. Unless you are a professional and I hear it on my Spotify app, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want it from you. I don't want it.
No.
Thank you so much. But yeah, that should have been clear, but was not. Please never genuinely sing ever.
Yeah, just don't even try it. But I will
No.
say I think that the WhatsApp voice message is different. There's something a little more, I don't know, professional about it. There's also something more simultaneously casual about it, which is a bit mind-boggling.
Mm,
But there is something
well,
different, and
it's
you're forced to listen because there's no transcription.
that is bratty. It forces you to
Yes.
listen. That's
Mm-hmm,
pretty next
mm-hmm.
level. I mean, WhatsApp in general, I do find to be not a chicer platform, but like you said, it's somehow casual but more professional. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've managed to do those two things at once is impressive.
I mean, I think Americans are largely I think a lot of the world uses WhatsApp as like a standard form of communication. Americans seem
Absolutely.
to use text a lot more as like a mainstream standard. And I think that's also because of the iMessage of it all. People are so
Yes.
iPhone
We're trained.
centric. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So there you have it.
Ugh.
But that's fantastic. Thank you for enlightening me. I
Ugh.
think it's time to get into the Brat Rapid Fire.
Brat Rapid Fire. This is a new segment where Isha and I find out what is the brattiest of them all in a series of rapid fire questions. And Isha, would you like to kick us off?
I would love to. All right, are you ready for this?
I am.
I think you are. All right, Kirti. Cargo pants or
Okay.
cargo shorts?
Shorts.
Okay, cargo shorts or jeggings?
Ooh, shorts.
Cargo shorts or skorts?
Skorts.
Okay, and skorts is the winner. Why?
Skorts is the brattiest of them all. Okay, so cargo shorts, big pockets, that's so bratty. Like
Mm-hmm.
I I loved limited to zip away cargo short. Did you have those?
Yes. Oh, I had the
I
Bermuda ones. Like the Bermuda
yes.
length.
Bermuda Bermuda shorts were crazy. That was a moment in time. Why were we like, you know what a good length will be? To chop your leg in half. That's going to be flattering on everyone. And we wore it for like a good 5 years there. Everyone was wearing Bermuda shorts. But yes,
Oh
so
yeah.
and then when you add a cargo to that, that's fucking crazy. I mean, you look insane, but that's very bratty. You look insane, but also you can carry all your shit. So that's nice. But I think Skort beats it. Actually, Isha, it's wild. We are discussing Skorts. I was about to buy a Skort yesterday from oldnavy.com. Okay. Because Skorts
Okay.
are back, I guess.
They're back.
But
And
then
they
I
shouldn't have
remember
ever left. And for tennis
what an
players, they never left.
what an interesting take. Because as I was about to buy this Skort, I said, Keerthi, what the fuck are you doing? skirt in the front, shorts in the back. That's fucking crazy. It's the mullet of bottoms. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to have one form of clothing at first and then on the back it looks completely different? That's so weird. So I said, Keerthi, remove from cart.
My mind is boggled right now because I did not know that is what a skort was. My definition of a skort,
Oh,
per
is
my
shorts
own
under
book,
skirt?
is a skirt that comes with shorts inside of it.
What am I thinking of?
No, you might be right. You might be right.
We are our own
I'm-
producers and have to look things up.
Yes, DIY, support small businesses.
I think maybe we're both right. Because when I just Googled skort, the literal exact Old Navy skort that I was looking at yesterday came up. But then also what you said came up.
Bizarre. Do you think people are just lying and or doing whatever they want? I think they are.
What do you mean?
As in,
lying.
Lying is. There's.
What is lying?
I guess they're not lying.
Tell me about this.
Lying is in like there may be one definition of a skort, but they're just doing whatever they want.
Okay, so now
it's a skort.
Per my research, I think we're both right.
Okay. Wow, multitudes.
Listeners, please give us feedback on skort. Okay,
yes.
What is a skort? We are finding ourselves at an impasse, and this is crucial information because if going by your definition of skort, cargo pants are brattier. Cargo shorts, excuse me, are brattier.
Yes.
But if we go by my definition, skorts, shorts in the back, skirt in the front, that's defo brattier because it makes no fucking
100%.
sense.
No, that's ridiculous. That is
but you're right. In tennis, I was wearing your definition of skort every fucking day. That's how else do you store the tennis balls? You gotta hike them up your skirt.
I fully thought that was the only definition, and now I need to see the skirt, so you better send me the link. But
I will send you the link.
I would say that the zip off cargo pant that turns into a cargo short, in my opinion, is the brattiest. The one exclusively the one that gives you the option of suddenly having this Steve Irwin-esque short. Like,
yes, absolutely. The ability to turn into Steve Irwin at a moment's notice, fucking bratty as hell. And we should have that option in this life. Okay, that is something I miss about perhaps 2003. Okay, I could create shorts at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
we don't do that anymore as a culture.
Did you have convertible pants?
Yeah,
I don't think I did. My brother did. I felt like a lot of boys I knew had them.
No, but Limited 2 sold multicolored convertible ones, and Limited 2 is like really expensive, right? So it was always like, oh, you got to really be selective about what you get at Limited 2. So, but I chose these electric blue zip off cargo pants shorts because for the exact reason that they were multi-purpose. I was like, I have pants and shorts in one purchase. That's all you need.
Brilliant.
When you're
you
10.
knew back then. You knew to look for a bargain.
Value.
I mean, my main Limited 2 choices, I will never forget the monkey shirts. First of all, huge. Wildly
huge. Never without a sassy saying attached.
Never. Ponchos, unbelievable.
Ponchos.
Unbelievable. Yes.
Oh my god, I love it. Get out of here. Gouch out of here.
And you know, when my Limited 2 love story came hurtling to a stop, my mother, my dear mother, I love her so much, and I suck, as all middle schoolers do, but I was...
No, you have to.
I was maybe 13. I was maybe 14 years old. Okay, I was considerably beyond the height of my limited to love. My mom comes back and she's like, I got you a shirt. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. What is this shirt? It is a Henley, but it's like the kind that has like, it's like this part is white and the sleeves are a different color. You know the type.
Sure,
You know the
of
type.
course, of course.
And there is a gigantic horse on it.
Oh my
Now,
God.
yes, I had to draw the line with limited to that day. I, at my big age of 13, could not be walking around school with a huge horse on my chest.
But you know what,
No.
Isha? That would probably be very on trend now. The horse
I was gonna
Henley.
say, at this age, oh my
At this
God, you would
age,
have to pay me to
I
take it off.
I mean, but that's the thing, you didn't know. Again, things, follies of our youth.
Yeah.
You can't know that
Yeah.
in 10 years' time, that will be an incredibly cool shirt to have.
I know. I want to say like 15 years time, but still plus
Yeah.
and it's
yeah.
less it is, yes, I didn't know, but it was also more like I knew that my peers didn't know. And
Yes.
and that
Yes.
was it. That was
That.
it. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't show up. I wasn't even a horse girl. So I was like,
Because
I'm a
you live
little
and die
confused.
by your coworkers, aka your peers, at that age.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, what will the
100%.
workplace say about this?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna
You
like
mean
it. They are not gonna
this
like it.
collective of TMZ employees?
Literally,
Who, like,
though.
yes.
Oh,
In first period? Like, no, absolutely not.
absolutely
But
not. Wow.
anyway,
So yes, I guess Skort won that one, but again, maybe not. So listeners, we are gonna need your feedback on
yeah.
exactly what a Skort is. So
It,
now,
it
Isha,
we may be at an impasse.
we may never know. That may be the great mystery of the universe.
Of our generation.
Absolutely. All right, for my Brat Rapid Fire. All right, Isha, are you ready?
So ready.
Okay, fabulous. Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Ketchup or
I
barbecue
don't believe
sauce?
it. Mustard. Mustard. Back to
Oh,
mustard.
mustard or barbecue sauce?
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce or green chutney?
Oh, barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce or relish?
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce or Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Sauce?
Barbecue sauce.
Whoa! I have to tell
Yeah.
you, that is very surprising. I really did not think barbecue sauce would end up on top.
You
Please
thought I
talk me
was
through
gonna
this.
say green chutney because I said Keerthi one time.
Yes, literally, yes. I was like, it's green and Indian. Of course it's gonna win. I racial profiled the
No.
shit out of you. I was like, this Indian girl is gonna fucking love chutney.
No. I love barbecue sauce, and let me tell you why. Every drive-through
Okay.
you go through, that's my favorite condiment. Are you kidding me? With
But
chicken
is it the
nuggets, with
brattiest?
oh. Yes, it is also the brattiest. You know why? That it has the most iconic line from Orange is the New Black is there I was.
What?
Barbecue sauce on my titties. Okay? Do you not
I
remember
did not watch
this?
the program. Sorry,
Okay.
was
Well,
not
for
an
those
Orange
who
is the New
know,
Black girl.
for those who know, they know. I mean, barbecue sauce, look, it's sticky, it's brown, it's messy, it's an umbrella subject. I mean, like, there's so much to say about it. I mean, who is she? What is she? I would put barbecue sauce in the same category as cargo shorts.
Whoa.
As in, they're often seen together. Have you heard of a summer barbecue? Americana. Barbecue sauce is the brattiest because barbecues
Wow.
are the brattiest.
Wow.
Every culture has their
Okay.
version of a barbecue. nearly, not every single one, but you know, a lot of the greatest hits, they have their version of a barbecue. What's better than grilling some
Wow.
guys on the
Wow.
spit?
Wow.
You know,
Okay, so
you could have
no, continue.
you could have the
No, I'm
foulest
just
meal.
absorbing all of this
Yeah,
as I
listen,
disagree with you so wholeheartedly, but
I
you're
know,
making
and I
some good
cannot
points.
wait
You're
to
making
hear.
some points.
You know what? But here's the thing. I say this because barbecue sauce is also quite villainous. And I feel like I am also somewhat villainous in this way. Like it is barbecue sauce is chaotic evil. And I love that.
Oh.
Like it
Like,
how?
okay, I get it. Like, okay, you bite into a sandwich that has barbecue sauce, you get barbecue sauce on your shirt. I think that's very bratty. But
Yes.
what we are discussing here is the condiment itself,
You're
flavor
so right.
profile.
You're so
I look,
right.
but I want you to, I don't mean to, well, actually, I do mean to persuade you, but
Yes.
I just wanna,
It's working.
because I agree with your barbecue picnic
Mhm.
anecdotes. Very
Yeah.
bratty. But if we talk about is brown bratty? Brattier than a red hot? A
I
neutral?
actually think I think because barbecue sauce can be fucking spicy, or it can
It
be
can.
just
It can.
like it can be like glorified ketchup. I don't know. It has that range.
You're right. It is
But
brand specific.
it also masks everything. Like once you have barbecue sauce in the mix, like you're not tasting much else beyond that. I
True.
guess in terms of what is just inherently bratty, I'm gonna say relish because hot take, what is she even doing here? Like, she's at the party, but for
Yes.
what? You know what I
Yes.
mean? I don't really get relish. Like, it's a sweet-ish, diced up, pickly thing. I've never gone for it. I've never reached for it. She's
No.
tenacious and a little gross. So in that sense, maybe she's bratty, but I also feel like she's bratty because everyone else is telling us that she's supposed to be bratty. She's like that celebrity who no one actually
Oh.
knows much about, but all other celebrities are hyping them up, so you suddenly know about them.
And relish.
I
Okay,
mean,
we also did not grow up in relish culture though.
no, we didn't. We grew up in
Because I
green
think that's
chutneys
very,
culture.
because we're Indian, in case people didn't know. Okay, I
Yeah,
just wanted to make that
yeah.
abundantly clear.
And
But the thing,
and I don't think green chutney is bratty. It's just delicious. Like I just don't think it's bratty.
to me, it's the green of it. Thus
Mm.
why it was an option. Because I
Ah,
agree,
tell me
like
more.
a green chutney is like, it's actually like aggressively neutral, I would say. Like to me,
Yeah.
like I guess it has a sort of minty vibe to it, but that's not
Mm.
bratty. But I do find when you see it on a plate, I'm like, oh, that's a different
Oh,
color.
there's something
That's a
there.
different
Yes.
shade. Because Indian food is, as I guess is with a lot, it's a lot of tan. Okay, so your green chutney is really gonna stand out. It's a lot of browns.
It can be a lot of browns. Yeah, yeah. Especially in a restaurant. Yeah, it's a lot of browns. It's a lot of browns.
And then it's usually accompanied by like a date chutney, which is also brown.
Or like tamarind, like the
Yes.
purpley one. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
And
Yeah.
that to me, I'm like, wow, look at you standing out, making yourself
Yeah.
known. That to me gave it a brat edge.
I think you're
But relish, I
fair.
find, is only a Chicago thing. I don't know. I don't know anyone else who's like, oh, relish.
I feel like I just associate it with a hot dog, but it just eh eh. It's like someone trying to convince me to like them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, I included her because she's like sticky and sweet and weird and yet
Yeah.
always there. She never goes away. And you're like, I gotta kind of admire that.
I think I still am saying barbecue sauce because I also think
Okay.
when you think about I associate barbecue sauce with like, hey, just like mess and just like a good time had, but also, I don't know, like Texas barbecue, or I don't know, Australians. Like there's something about it. I can't think of barbecue sauce without thinking of stains. And that is what makes it bratty to me. I just can't separate the two.
No, I think that's a very good argument. Because stains, as we've mentioned, are very bratty.
Very bratty.
And barbecue
Very
sauce,
bratty.
whew, that'll give you a stain. No, I
Mhm,
see it. I see
mhm.
it. I see the vision.
Sure.
I see.
Okay, so what was your answer to this in the end?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I think I would go buffalo sauce purely because it is so pungent. And when it hits your tongue, you know exactly what it is. You're like, holy shit, that is buffalo sauce. And again, stains, you're ending up with a bright red stain on your shirt if you get buffalo sauce on your shirt.
Hold on. Okay. I have bungled the assignment because is Frank's Red Hot explicitly a buffalo sauce?
No, it's not, but I did specifically say Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce because that's my preferred
I
buffalo sauce.
dissociated. I totally dissociated that.
No, but
And
I
didn't
think
hear
you're
that
right
part.
to say, because I wouldn't have said Frank's Red Hot. I would have said Frank's Red Hot
Mm-mm.
buffalo sauce because Frank's Red
Buffalo
Hot is not the
sauce.
premier hot sauce.
Buffalo sauce is extremely bratty.
Yes.
Buffalo
Oh,
sauce
yes.
is you hate it or you love it, and some people think it's the only way to eat a vegetable.
I am in that camp.
Extremely bratty. Extremely.
Okay, so
Hands
has your
down.
answer changed?
In this
What reigns
context,
supreme in bratty condiments, Isha?
you know what? I want to give buffalo sauce the Golden Globe, and I want to give barbecue sauce the Oscar because I'm biased and I just like it more. But you're right. Buffalo sauce is the brattiest sauce.
No, I liked this Golden Globe Oscars thing because it's important to be equitable. And
Yes.
I think that's correct. I think that's correct. Oh, I'm glad we settled that.
Yes, thank God. That wasn't
Thank
it
God.
wasn't a brat brawl, but it was a
No, a brat discussion. Yeah, debate. It's important to debate in this life.
It was indeed.
You know,
Needed
don't
that.
surround
Needed
yourself with
clarity on that one.
the same thoughts. It's not how you
No,
grow.
never.
All right, Isha, I think it
That's
is
a
time
voice
for
note.
brat. Yeah, exactly. That's the voice note. I think it is time for brat of the week.
It is, and you know what? I think we usually talk so much about brats of the week who we're into right now, but I think we could probably also talk about some brats who have really influenced us in general. Just kind of start a brat hall of fame, if you will.
Yes.
How does that sound?
All-time brats.
Yes.
I think that sounds incredible. Perfect.
Yes.
Do you have an all-time brat for us?
I absolutely do. I mean, I think that we have so much to thank her for in terms of what internet culture is now. I mean,
Ooh.
yes. 2000s reality TV was so influential to both of us, I would say. But
I would say.
I only have I think I have there are three celebrities I can think of who share a birthday with me. Okay.
Yes.
One is Lauren Graham of Gilmore Girls. Okay. Then
Heard of
there's
her.
Janae Aiko, singer.
Gorgeous.
And then there's Flava Flav. Okay. Yeah.
That is a beautiful trifecta. Actually, the three together, kind of you.
Unbelievable. Yeah, kind of exactly who I am as a person.
You know? Yeah.
Yes. And particularly Flav. I mean, Flavor of Love. I mean, and Tiffany Pollard, who was then named New York by Flav in Flavor of Love. I think is just she really established the mold of how you should do reality TV well, because I think she is so witty. The lines from that show, the delivery, all of it, she just knew how to make amazing TV by being who she is.
And there was no model before her. She created the model.
No, she created the
No.
model, but also I think to do really well in reality TV, you have to also be willing to be somewhat of the bad guy for the
Yes.
sake of keeping things moving, keeping things exciting. And Tiffany Pollard knows how to do that. I mean, even I Love New York. I loved the show. Obviously I think that women could be treated better than they were in reality TV at that time. And I will admit, I haven't rewatched the show, but I just remember thinking she
kind
is
of crazy
so
if you had.
quick. Yeah, it would be kind of wild.
Yeah,
but
it's
she
a little
is
weird.
so quick with it. She is so witty. And she recently did that show, what was it, House of Villains? Right?
Yes.
I mean, talk about thriving, because she's just like,
so she hasn't lost a step. She's still in it.
She's still in it. But like, I think every other meme that you can think of that you've seen on Twitter a million times would not exist if it weren't for Tiffany Pollard. So I just need to thank her for everything. For all Beyonce fans, you would not have that meme without Miss Tiffany Pollard. And I love her. Flav, you missed out.
Truly. I mean, I think that is a great first inductee into the Brat Hall of Fame. As you mentioned, reality TV, a huge part of my life, perhaps the biggest part of my life, a huge fan of the medium. And she and that show, Flavor of Love, I mean, pioneers. I would say that, and what was it? The Osbournes. Those are the two things that really started it all. And we have to pay tribute to the pioneers. I mean,
obviously
of
there was
culture.
like the real world and stuff, but still, I would say for us it was like simple, Flavor of Love.
Yes. But I famously, and this is why I really also love Tiffany Pollard, is I really just gravitate towards women behaving unconventionally on my screen.
Yes.
And she is the pioneer of women behaving unconventionally. And exactly, the wit. Like, you can't buy that. Like, you can't manufacture that. To have a quip at the ready, that is reality TV star power. That's actually the one thing you need to be successful at it. A quip.
I feel like the things you need: sunglasses, a quip,
of course,
and a range of facial expressions. And you know who has all of that? Tiffany. You know who taught us?
Tiffany New York Pollard. Yep. Truly.
Unreal. Yes. Brat Hall of Fame inductee.
Brat Hall of Fame inductee, Tiffany New York Pollard. Beautiful. Okay, so that was our Brat Hall of Fame first inductee, and what a great first inductee to have. And listeners, we will keep a running list of this, and we will send it out, as this is Bible. But now for our Brat of the week. And mine is one we all know and see all the time, and is a personal, just brat derogatory to the nth degree. I hate this person so deeply. And that is the person who does not return their shopping cart to its designated location after they are done with their grocery shopping. Okay, so I'm at Trader Joe's, as I am wont to do. I'm getting all my little ingredients and I'm putting it in my little cart, and then I have put it away in my trunk, as you do. And sure, is the place where you return the cart sort of inconveniently far away? Yeah, okay, it is. But by not putting it back there, you have given some poor person who would rather be doing literally anything else than chasing around your fucking shopping cart in 90-degree heat, you are giving them so much extra work by saying, "No, I can't walk 10 feet to return my cart, meh, because I'm selfish and evil and awful and the worst person on the planet." So what you do is you walk your little butt over to the return shopping cart section with your cart. And not only that, you push it into the other cart, okay? You know how this works. You know how they return the
Mhm.
shopping carts. You must push it into the cart in front of you, okay? It takes all of 2 minutes maximum, and you have
It's not
saved
hard.
someone. It's not hard. It's not hard. And what? It's a couple extra steps, okay? We could all use it. Exercise. It's good for you. But someone else is running around a parking lot like a fucking Pac-Man eating ghosts, okay? Trying to get to all of these shopping carts. And you have the gall, the gumption to say, you know what? I'm not going to help you out. Even though it takes nothing out of my life, I am not going to return my shopping cart. And that is what I witnessed at the Trader Joe's in Atwater Village. And it made my blood boil. Brat derogatory, people who do not return their shopping carts. And that's
Yeah,
that on that.
goblin behavior, quite frankly.
Just
Mm-mm.
exactly, not human, okay? We are all in it together, folks, okay? Whether you like it or not, we have to be a team here. Teamwork
Yeah,
makes the dream
yeah.
work. And part of being a
Yeah.
good team member is returning your cart.
It's also just like your cart is not welcome anywhere else but there. It is either in someone's parking spot or potential parking spot, or it is precariously dangling off of the like barrier between spots and ready to hurtle into someone's car any
Yes.
second.
That
You're creating a
too.
weapon by not putting it away.
Exactly. You have now created something dangerous, okay? And maybe exactly, will that cart then roll into another car, into a vehicle, okay? We can't know. You have left that
Probably.
up to chance. Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Shopping carts famously have wheels on them, okay? They're gonna do that at some point, and you have made that happen. You have put in the motion of events to cause chaos. And all of that could have been prevented if you had just taken 90 seconds out of your day. Yeah, I downgraded it from 2 minutes to 90 seconds because that really is how long it takes.
All it takes.
All it
Look
takes.
at this single tear that I shed.
Yes.
Single tear.
It's
You spoke
emotional.
about this. Tear fell down my face. The temperature dropped 5 degrees in this room. I had a coughing fit.
That is what it
Unbelievable.
inspires in me, Isha. That level
Unbelievable.
of vitriol.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. That's my brat of the week. If you're out there and this
Yeah.
is a habit of yours, be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Change. You can always be better.
Reflect on your actions. You are someone who does not
Mhm.
deserve to have their ears cleaned. I hope you never get your ears cleaned. I hope that earwax just builds and builds and builds till you
Think
can't hear a
about
fucking
that.
thing.
Think about that.
Sit with yourself. Sit with yourself.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Isha, so
Well.
what's your brat of the week?
Oh my god, great question. I feel like my bride of the week is unconventional.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up at my doorstep the other day.
Oh, unannounced?
Unannounced.
Very
And
bratty.
this was a man who told me that they had just taken down a beehive in my apartment complex and asked if I would like any honey. And yes, this does sound like an innuendo,
Yeah,
but
it sure
it
does.
was not.
Would you like
It
my
was
honey,
not.
miss?
Yes.
Mm.
And I said no. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then he was like, you know what? Everyone is taking it. Like both your neighbors have gotten some. Like
He's
everyone's
trying to
taking
peer
it.
pressure you. He was like, well, your
Yeah.
neighbors are doing it.
Yeah. So then I was like, oh, okay. I'll try a sample then, I guess. Because he's like, yeah, because I'm gonna be coming here anyway. So I give him like a jar. And I figured, okay, that's enough for a sample of honey. He was like, you know what? People are getting like a couple pounds worth of it. And I was like, a pound?
Pound?
What do you mean? How big is this hive? How
pound
long
of
has
honey?
this hive been here? How have I not noticed this hive in my apartment complex?
A hive that could produce multiple pounds of honey.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I don't think I want that much. And he's like, well, I mean, he's like, I mean, I'll be ready for like your cash whenever you're ready. And I was like, you did not tell me. I mean, I know nothing in this life is free. I know nothing is free except for this conditional insurance ear cleaning. But you didn't lead. You did not lead with, hi, would you like to buy some honey? You led with, I'm giving around some honey from this hive that I had to relocate from your place of residence. Yeah. So I was immediately turned off and I was like, no, thank you. And he was like, what happened? And I was like, well, you buried the lead quite severely. Right. Yeah. So he's my brat of the week for honestly using a fascinating sales tactic.
Quite fascinating. I'm also fascinated by having pounds of honey in general. Was there evidence of these pounds?
No, and that's what made me even more sus. So then it was like, I was like, I don't know what you're giving me. I don't know if you've gone to the grocery store and you're just like,
right, and you're just trying to
yeah. So I'm good. No, thank you. I'm sure it was great, but I'm not
very bratty to just show up to your door and also have the gumption to say, hey, you have to do this because everyone else did that. Wow.
Peer pressure. I was like, do I look weak? Yes, but what about it?
No, you weren't being weak. You were in fact standing your ground by saying, no, sir, I do not want your honey. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you
stood
so
strong.
Much. And I stood strong and I am honey free, unfortunately, but that's okay. But yes. All right. Well, that was another enlightening episode of Huge Brats. If anyone knows what a skort is, please tell us.
Let us know.
We need your insight, listeners, please.
We won't rest until this is settled.
We will not rest. We can't rest. But again, you will catch us next week with another episode. But in the meantime, like, follow, subscribe on Instagram and TikTok at Huge Brats. We're also on YouTube and wherever else you get your podcasts. Thank you again for listening. And
thank you for listening. Bye, Brat.
Bye, Brat.